me, Jyotika Bedi, founder of Happiness is Love. We make relationships better. Do you want to learn how to get out of your head? Well, you are not alone, because I was very curious to learn the tricks, the techniques, and the tricks on how to get out of my head. So together, let's decode what it really means and how to really do it. What does it really mean to be living in our heads? Let's learn more about why it is important to get out of our heads and how you can do this and reconnect with your body. The human mind can solve almost any type of problem, and our creativity can push the boundaries of what's possible. But what happens when problem solving or creativity runs wild in our minds? We are so good at identifying problems and imagining scenarios that sometimes it is hard to stop. Do you ever get into an imaginary argument with yourself in an attempt to find your answers? You're not alone, because this happens to me too. Do you lose sleep reliving an embarrassing moment over and over and over again? These examples may sound familiar to you if you get lost in your head quite often. Although there are psychological explanations for why you might be in your head, such as a desire to avoid suffering or get closure, being too much in your head is likely to make your life worse. Before we get started, let us first understand what does it really means in the most simplistic fashion to be living in our heads. To be in your head usually means overthinking or overanalyzing a situation or behavior, constantly dwelling on the same thing over and over again until your mind feels super cluttered. Sometimes we get all stuck in our heads, but some of us do more than others. Being introspective and reflective are good qualities and skills to possess. These are not only useful tools for finding ourselves in our hectic modern lives, but they are very crucial even throughout history. For example, our ability to mind wander, an evolutionary achievement that allowed us to learn, reason, and plan. However, it might have come with a cost. If you are too much in your head, it can have negative effects on your emotional, mental, and physical health. Your mind can wander to the future and you might worry about things that can possibly happen. Or it can wander to the past and replay the bad or cringy events that happened over and over again. When you're in your head, you might wonder if your friend secretly hates you because it took them more than a few hours to answer your text. You might constantly ask yourself why you were passed over for a promotion, why you didn't get credit enough for your work, or if the pain you suddenly feel in your arms is going to put you in hospital. One study clearly showed that you're a lot less likely to feel happy if you're constantly in your head. Well, I'm guilty of the same, and that's why we do the work that we do at Happiness is Love, because we believe that we can learn from each other. When we share, we grow, we evolve to be our better selves. In a study, participants were asked at random times what they were doing, whether they were thinking about a task or not, and how happy or unhappy they were. Researchers concluded that a human mind is a wandering mind, and a wandering mind is sometimes an unhappy mind. They also pointed out that although our human capacity to think about what's not happening right now served us well at some point, it came at an emotional cost. So when it comes to thinking too much about our feelings, our past hurts, or even our hopes, philosophers also argue that perhaps we are trying to hide other important aspects of our lives. And that's why it's very important to embrace our truth, to embrace self-knowledge. So again, if being in your head means overthinking and overanalyzing a situation, getting out of your head means being present in the moment and letting go of unhelpful thoughts. If you get out of your head, it's more likely that you'll be happier than before, like I did. And it's a practice that is helping me be my bestest selves at work and at home. Rumination, overanalyzing, overthinking actually go hand in hand even with depression and anxiety. Rumination, or constantly having the same thoughts, is a well-established risk factor for, like I said, for anxiety and depression. For those who engage in this type of behavior have increased symptoms and are more at risk for the onset of a depressive disorder or anxiety symptoms. The running script of being too much in your head can sound like, what if I'm not good enough? Or, why is this happening to me? Why does this always happen to me? If you want to stop replaying the same thoughts over and over and tiring yourself, you need to take action. Because we at Happiness is Love believe, without action, there is no change. And if you want things to change, guess what? You have to change, because change starts with you. And the fact that you're watching this video is step one. You are willing, you are ready to take action so that you can learn how to get out of your head and start living in the moment. Number one, accept what you can't control. We've made a video on practicing radical acceptance. I wish we were taught this at school. Radical acceptance is magical. It allows you, it teaches you how to notice how you are thinking, how you are feeling, and acceptance of the now. And notice how it liberates you from fighting reality in your mind. Just before I started this video, I could not get my GoPro right. And I tried to try different ways, and I just had to accept that, okay, today my GoPro is not working. Probably my GoPro is having a bad day. It's fine. I'm going to use another device to make this video. So the radical acceptance in me helped me deal with the stress. I mean, I could have just sat here and said, oh my God, I'm having such a bad day. None of my equipments are working. Why does this always happen to me? Unhelpful. So make sure that you accept what you cannot control. Number two, step back from your thoughts. It's important to make the distinction between your thoughts and you, because you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. So let's say you are the manager of your thoughts. Similar to what the saying can't see the forest for the trees is aiming at, you can take a step back and notice what's really happening. Check in with yourself. Check the quality of your thoughts. Ask yourself, is this thought me? If not, just delete the thought. Then you freely choose, because you have the freedom to choose how to respond rather than just reacting to your thoughts. And this is a beautiful practice where you become more aware of your thoughts. You become the manager, the observer. You can start objectively looking at your thoughts and just saying, this thought is not me. I am rejecting this thought because this thought is not me. I am the thinker. I'm not this thought. Next, be present. Are your thoughts about the present moment, or are they focused on something that happened in the past? This happens to most of us. I'm guilty of too. But I'm here to tell you, remind yourself that the past cannot be changed. If you like, you can try taking few deep breaths to ground yourself and do quick meditation, which will help you rewire, reprogram your mind. And this is a practice that will help you be more productive, be more creative, and be more happier. So what does psychology really say about getting out of your head? Our view of the world is typically tilted towards the negative, based on what psychologists call the negativity bias. It's much easier to go from good to bad than from bad to good. In a series of experiments about how people think, social psychologists found that once we think about something as a loss, most of us tend to keep a loss mind framework and resist change. And social psychologists argue that we have to put in effort, conscious effort and hard work to be mindful, to see the bright and the sunny and the upside in things. It takes practice. It takes training of the mind. And this is what we do at Happiness is Love. We help you train your mind. And that's why it is so powerful, because getting stuck in the negative is useless. So the question really is how to get out of my head and get into my body. The mind-body connection has been a topic of conversation for years now. Researchers keep showing that anxiety and depression have a negative impact on our bodies. For example, they can contribute to insomnia, high blood pressure, decrease in immunity, gastro problems, and heart troubles too. Considering that being in your head, overthinking and rumination are associated with anxiety and depression, it is very, very important to learn how to get out of your head and into your body. There is a fine line between being introspective and constantly ruminating. And I want to suggest few things that have helped me reconnect with my body. Number one, be aware of what's happening. If you first find yourself too much in your head, it's important to be mindful of when it happens and what the triggers are. For example, you could be overthinking more about the future, about an important presentation at work, or after a meeting with your boss. The first step is to getting better is always acknowledging what's happening and being mindful of the situation that triggers the reaction. So the first step is the acknowledgement. Sometimes we don't acknowledge because we are so swamped with so much happening around us, and we are so busy with all that is happening that we don't pause, we don't acknowledge what's really happening. Second, meditation has many benefits. It has helped me get out of my head and into my body, where today I am more deeply connected to my inner body. When I feel tired, I'm able to check in with myself and say, yeah, hey Jyotika, you are tired. And then I quiz myself, I'm tired, what do I really need to do? I need to unplug. I need to let people around me know that I need some time to just unplug and sit in silence. And this has taken me practice. It's hard work. It's conscious effort. It's daily practice. And this is my meditation, where I take time to just sit with myself. I really call it meeting with myself, where I'm able to just ask myself, what am I feeling? How am I feeling? Why am I feeling? And this morning when I felt stressed, I was able to ask myself why, because I have been working non-stop and I have not taken any breaks. And I'm here to tell you, it's okay to rest. It's the greatest form of self-love. We are not taught to ask for, I am tired and I need rest. I need to just sit in silence. Just observing your mind when it's wandering is a beautiful practice, and you can start with baby steps, because it's little by little when you will achieve this goal, and it's okay. Just observe the mind wandering in a non-judgmental way and pull it back to your focus. The more you practice, the better you get at it. There are many meditations focused on the mind-body connection. You can choose the one that works best for you. Learn how to breathe. This is something that I did. Deep breaths that you feel from the pit of your stomach help you combat stress, helps you release your stress. Breathing focuses on relaxing the muscles. When we are stressed, what happens to our muscles? They get tensed. And this is something that has helped me hugely. Writing a journal. Daily journaling has been highly recommended and is a beautiful way to manage your stress and combat your anxious thoughts. When you write, you actually work through your thoughts. You reframe and rediscover what you're really going through throughout the day, because then sometimes when you put words to your thoughts, you realize, this was something that did not need so much of my energy, or did not even need so much power that I gave it. And if you see the pattern of constant rumination, you can catch yourself, you can check yourself, and you can challenge yourself. And there are beautiful types of journals and prompts that you can use to really find out what's going on inside of you. Next, like I said, challenge your thoughts. You are not your brain or your thoughts. This may sound strange, but you don't actually have to believe everything your mind thinks. You are, like I said, You are witnessing your thoughts. You are not them. If you write down your thoughts and ask yourself if there's any evidence to support that overthinking process, challenge it. Most likely you'll notice thoughts that are not even logical or probable, or for example, is your friend secretly hating you, or is she just overworked with work today? Get some exercise, move your body. It's really very, very simple. We are told exercising, but I'm here to tell you why. Because a healthy mind has to reside in a healthy body. And when you move your body, it helps you combat stress and anxiety, because when we feel stressed and anxious, we feel stuck. And just by moving your body, you notice that it changes you, because you get infused with happy hormones. There's a reason why endorphins make you feel better, because moving your body has both mental and physical benefits. And you don't even need to do a full workout. All you need to do is just do a quick dance. You know what I do? I start doing quick 10 jumping jacks when I check in with myself and I feel stressed, or I go for a short walk in the block. I take few flights of stairs, and I feel so much better, because this boosts in me the happiness hormones which help me regulate my mood. Believe me, it's very, very effective. Simple things are the powerful things. All you need to do is just move your body. Why? Because it helps you feel better, helps you manage your stress better, helps you be happier. Work on improving your self-esteem. Lack of self-esteem is actually associated with rumination, which also leads to a lot of unhappiness, and it kind of does not help us feel more confident. So it's very important to work on our self-esteem, and this requires work. I have curated a few questions for you that might help you to get out of your head and ask a few questions, because like I said, this requires constant practice, daily commitment. It is hard work initially, but once you do it for 3 weeks, because it takes 3 weeks to build a habit, you will become a pro. And we are rooting for you. We are cheering for you. We believe in you. You have any struggles? Reach out to us, because we really care, and we are here to help you so that you can be your bestest, grandest self. So let's start by asking yourself some of these questions to get a better idea of how your mind might be overthinking in few scenarios. You can write down these questions in a journal or a piece of paper to help you track your thought patterns. Ask yourself, how likely is it that this will happen? Whatever that you're thinking over and over again about the future, ask yourself, is this likely to happen? How can you know for sure? Get your facts right. Did this happen before? Next, if the bad scenario does happen, what will make it less impactful to you? Is there a way to turn this negative experience into a positive one? How can you transform this obstacle into a learning opportunity? Can this experience teach you a skill that might be used in a different area in your life? Is there something that you need to let go? What does your anxiety look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? Does it remind you of someone? What activities make you calm and feel good in your body? How do you feel when you're too much in your head? How does your body feel? Your shoulders, your stomach, your chest. How does your head feel? We always say, be kind to your mind, because remember, you have the power over your mind. Your mind is the most powerful force, and you have to realize that this is your strength. You have the power on your mind, so relax. Allow the mind to become empty. Surprise yourself with the greatest treasure that begins to flow from you. And the happiness of your life really depends on the quality of your thoughts. I hope this video was useful to you. We at Happiness is Love are committed to spreading more happiness, more peace in this world, because together we are building the future generation, and we want the future generation to be more self-aware, kinder, and more loving. Thank you for all the love. Keep smiling, keep shining, keep inspiring.